6. Now I have some advice to the victims of choice in Iraq only, and I will make these words mirrors. If the real health wants to look at it first, who are you? You are just a very simple person, or very weak and very poor, and you do not have anyone standing with you while you live in a country with no law and control on him, by the terror coming for revenge only. It means your life is not equal to anything they have, and the reason that you have fallen victim to choice is either you are a friend of America and the countries of Europe, or you are poor or weak. This reason is not at all that you are a special person or have something or his rule or you are a role model etc. The misfortune made you fall into this abyss. Secondly, beware of the spiral of illusion and lies, which will make you suffer from bone disease or schizophrenia. Forget yourself and think that you have become something, but you have completely immersed in the garbage container. Or you are someone who knows you politicians and you have an opinion, or you choose, etc. As I also said, beware of the internet and communication networks, as they will use these in illusion games as well. They will use your family and friends you and they may talk when you are with them or they work. You hear them and they start talking about politics, security, state conditions, etc. and all of these tricks from them too. Beware, to believe that you have a following or there is a team affiliated with you or you have half of this gang or you represent a side in it. All of this lead. Also, beware of playing games, cutting off electricity, the generator, or electronic aircraft. Also, beware of believing that you represent adults too. You should know that the group that attacks you and the harm is caused by only harm to you and not because you have a position with them. 7. Or they are competing with you for a position and they want you to give up this position or give it, or they do all this harm in order to make you a failed person who is not qualified for the position that you have or failed or retired from it. Beware of this game because you do not have any position or any money or any follow, and when you respond to them, you are a person who only defends yourself and you do not have a position or a place with them and you defend this. Of course, this is very important because many of the victims do not know what lies this gang we have. Others tell them why all of you are against one person and why do you do this harm to the victim. Of course, this gang will lie to them and say that they are competing with the victim for a position that they have, or farce, tests, etc. Also beware of playing the position. You will be just a body that they exploit only, or something like a pole with only a gang leader who brings a foolish person to he makes him his face for you. For this you have to know yourself as you are, and this will drop all the lies that have been falsified for you. This is the devil that entered your body and you do not know by means of slides for mind control. This demon is he has gangs, money and a position, and you are not for this. When we say that you are a simple and poor person, or you know yourself what the truth is here, lies will be revealed here. You will have aggression, one that exploits your body, and the other is a group that claims to compete with you for the position that you have, but the truth is that they are both one and they are fingers of one hand. Means you have to know that you look like a shoe they have. They will wear you for a while and then you will be thrown only, but they are bastards. As long as you do not know the issue of the phantom position, they will play with you a game of competing with you for this position that you 8 at. You do not know anything about him, and even if you know, you will not have any authority over him no matter what you try. Of course, if the victim was intelligent and knew that the reason for whole gangs attacking him is that they claim that they are competing with him, by this when he completely disavows this position and starts a war with them individually only, ending defense the soul only because it is the truth. Means dropping the enemy's lies is very important because they use this pretext, which is that they say and lie that the victim has a position, but where is this position? It is just a lie. Or they say that the victim has followers or a team with her or money or property, etc. Also, is this true? Of course, no, it is just lies. Only the victim does not have anything and has nothing in her possession, but these are just excuses used by these mind control gangs in order to protect themselves from any penalties on them, also in order to prevent any side from helping the victim. Look, it is bad luck only to make the victim fall in this trap or among the hyena clan. Look at the gang playing with the victim, meaning a group of them pretending to be with the victim while another group of their colleagues know both of them with the same law and the same records will attack the victim. Thus, the image is completely distorted and the victim's image turns from a simple citizen to a person who is a partner in this gang and has half in it, property, followers, guards, etc. This distorted image is what makes others not help the victim, and the reason is that they think that the victim has money and followers and everything is about the group that attacks. She is competing with her for a position only. This will make the issue seem like an internal gang affair, something like that members of one gang were fighting among themselves over shares or money and other things. Of course, this is a lie. The victim is not a member. 9 at with them or affiliated with them with anything, and they are a gang led by one person, which is this devil who exploits the name of the victim, so the victim is not a party, but rather an opponent only. In Iraq, whether the reason was personal or otherwise, they used to fabricate a lie, for example, put drugs in his house and then come to search the house in order to catch this on his accusation of drug possession, or make a group of gangs lying and saying that he is a member with them or a leader over them, etc. And all these are called excuses only. Of course, some of the victims continue facing the gang, but she fell into a trap because she thought that she had a half or a follower, or she is the capacity or symbol of another group, and this is a fatal mistake, as she became a member of this gang. Of course, she will find herself in the midst of a group of hyenas who are fighting with each other, and after this they will all agree on the victim. They are a family, one organization is all an enemy, and its leader is the terror who made himself a prophet. So, the righteousness of the group that claims to be with the victim or her team is also important, because they are just a lie, only a lie that does not come from them except only harm, is something like a person asking others for some food while a food store is next to him, but the truth is that he has nothing to do with this store and he is not allowed to take anything here. We note that there is no benefit, but the harm comes when others refuse to help him because they notice this store here. This gang works the same the way it makes a subordinate group claiming to be with the victim while another group attacks the victim here. Anyone who does not know the truth will think that it is an internal gang affair, which is a struggle between elements within one gang. Of course, almost the victims. 10 at they focus on one aspect, which is getting rid of mind control and gangs, but there is something much greater than this, which is the fictitious position that was forged in the name of the victim. This also must be eliminated, but how this is done must be in a legal and correct way, as it is similar to that a person found that his name is in a drug gang, for example, or a speech has been published saying that he is a member of this gang and he has a group in it or position or worked in it. Here the right thing is to disregard this lie and accuse the one who committed fraud and impersonation. He submits his resignation from it or is referred to retirement from it or relinquishes his position to a thief from this gang or gives this position or makes a person on his behalf, etc. All this is a mistake that only fools can do. It means that this person is really an element in this gang. Hear from me something maybe when the victims know that there is such a position in their name and there are money, property and followers. Perhaps you will not disavow it, but rather think that you will obtain it, especially since all the victims are from the poor and simple, but they will fail and will not get anything. For example, why not they try and say, give the sum of 20 million dinars. Of course, they will not give them anything, but perhaps some food, old clothes, or simple money that is not enough to buy a shirt or even a place to live, etc. of trivial things, or a game of love, etc. All are lies, or they say that it is God's orders that the victim not take anything for herself, while thieves and terrorism are only those who have been given a license to take money from them. Only here the victim can give them another order, and that is sufficient to reveal any lie, and it changes all the laws that they know about, and this also they will not implement it, and also they do not have any justification. 12 at also, beware of a lie, the presence of imitators to you, or you are a role model for them, and there is a spy who is spying on you by means of a mind control so that he sees and hears everything you see or hear, but he reads your thoughts and this conveys to them every action for you. Beware that you believe this. These are laughing at you because they are looking for what they want, just as if they are a monkey imitating. They do not take any words from you. So how do they say that they imitate? For example, if you told them to be friends with America and the countries of Europe, they will not do this. But even if you put pictures of these countries in all your personal belongings or on the mobile, etc., they will not imitate this at all, because they do not want this, and you do not believe that they do it, even if some of them say this, because they are all in a gang led by a terrorist, and this is the one who allowed them to lie just to laugh at you. They are only looking for trivial things. For example, do they like girls or homosexuals? And these are the whims of this demon, their leader. He has a dirty Arab wife from Iraq, and this is a poisonous snake, and he also has a wife who is a homosexual. Both of them are wives of this devil, and the play is that he wants to choose for him either his dirty, stinky Arab wife from Iraq or the homosexual, both of which are one of the worst. The other one is also nothing but an arrogant terrorist, so the imitation played for you is that they deal with you as a donkey only. I notice some fools have believed and started, for example, acting as if they have a responsibility, for example, and they have to control their behavior because of the presence of those affected by them. But this is only stupidity and stupidity, so there is no one to imitate another person without taking words from him completely and not cutting him off and taking what he wants and canceling what he loves. Of course, the victim is supposed to do everything on the contrary, and this is stubbornness with them and not to care about their opinion as if she is someone who has a position, and you will lose this if you do not act as they are. 1313 at. Beware of believing that you have become the ruler of the area in which you live. For example, if you live in the district of Efuk, the province of Dawania, or others, be careful to believe that you rule the area in which you live, or whenever you go to an area, you will become the ruler of its boxes, or this is a dirty life for you. The gang, you do not have anything in it, but it is funny that you do not even own yourself because you have become just a victim of slavery and do not own yourself until then. How do you own a house or anything else, or own the area in which you live, or become the one responsible for it and everything in it? You are responsible for it. Of course, if you believe this, you will be the biggest fool or the dumbest idiot, because you are just a doll they have to play with. This is the truth. You do not have anything. Even you may think that you have a phone, or an email, or any social network, Facebook, or a farm, or things that you think you own while it is there them, and you do not have the right to dispose of it with anything. This is not because you are a weak or incompetent person, but because it is this way you are. Your role in this game is just a donkey, a peeler, a scapegoat, or a body so that their leader exploits him only. Also your tongue and your brain are cancelled. Also, you will find yourself being sold and bought within the branches of this gang in Iraq. Of course, beware of believing anything from this gang. Beware of anyone who works according to the laws of this gang. You also have to know that this organization is not yours, and it will not be, because it is a terrorist gang and it is not a sacred organization at all. You try to have no authority over it, nor any role in it, except for what they draw you from, a shameful role that only brings shame.